Good evening, Pokemon fans and Draft League players. This is BulbaStorm, and today I'm bringing you our week 6 battle against DSTROYR and the big, beautiful Dragonites. Because fuck Mega Dragonite, that mon is disgusting lurky. They've ruined our boy. Anyway, we are taking on DSTROYR this week in week 6. Unfortunately, we were able to bounce back last week and pick up a good 2-0 win against King and the King County Mouse, and that was a disgusting team. And on to another disgusting team. This might be the worst matchup of our season, as you can see here. DSTROYR has drafted a very good team for low tier. He has drafted Krook, which is one of the best low tier Pokemon to ever exist in this format. And such a great threat: Moxie Sweeper, Choice Banded Sweeper, Scale Shot, SD, Bulky Rocker, Bulky Utility Mon, everything. Krook can do it all. And here, next pick, he's got a couple of good defensive pieces in Cyclizar and Tinkertown, both pair quite well together. Cyclizar giving him that fast regenerator, but also offensive threat with Rapid Spin, potential AV Mon, and Tinkertown again. Good solid steel type and fairy type, especially in low tier. Gives him Stealth Rocks, Encore, Thunder Wave. Gives him Gigaton Hammer. That's always a powerful move, and yeah, just general fast Encore, which is annoying. And then he has got Heracross, which is an amazing breaker in low tier, really scary mon. Again, Guts boosted Facade, Trailblaze gives him speed boost, close combat knockoff, pin missile. You know, all the moves that can be very scary into most teams, especially into mine. And next up, we have probably one of the best versatile Terra captains in low tier is Terra Reuniclus. I do expect a Carmine, Psyshock, Terra Blast water set. I think that can do quite well against my team. Terra Fighting also does make a lot of sense. You know, could also see the main two types. But yeah, I do expect either of those types. Again, just Calm Mind, maybe Stored Power, Terra Blast and Recover. I think that's a good set. And then next up we have either Rotom Heat, which is a great defensive mon in this matchup. It gets Will-O-Wisp, gets Thunder Wave, gets Pain Split, gets just gets a lot of moves. I'm expecting that, or I'm expecting Quillfish, because Quillfish, again, a great threat. It can have Intimidate, can have Haze to stop my sweepers, can get T-Spites, can get good coverage against Incineroar and against Florges. So yeah, and against Piloswine. So I do expect that. I think the top 5 plus Quillfish are the sets to be brought in this matchup. This week we are rocking a offensive Gengar, our team captain. We are rocking a Nasty Plot set with Colberry with Dual Stab, and we are rocking Will-O-Wisp and Hex just in case. So we're rocking we're not rocking Dual Stab. We're rocking Focus Blast for Cyclizar and the Crocodile to AV to Oko, potential AV Cyclizar, and then we got Willow just to burn pretty much all of his team. Krook, Tinkertown, Heracross, Quillfish all want to get burned apart from the Rotom Heat, but Hex does start with damage. Next up we are rocking our Terra Slither win this match by Terra Ghost, because Terra Ghost plus Bug does really well to DSTROYR's team. Obviously Rotom Heat is going to be a slight issue, but we can set up on that with our Clear Amulet. If it's Quillfish, but with Rotom Heat we're going to have a slight issue because it can obviously burn us, but we're going to have some sets in mind. Going to be Flame Charge, Bulk Up, 2 attacks. Next off we are going to be rocking a little bit of heat this week. We're going to be rocking our SD Tentacle with Rapid Spin. Yes, Kenny's coming off the bench yet again. Poison plus water, really good coverage into this team. Oko's the Crocodile does a lot of damage to the Cyclizar, does a lot of damage to the Tinkertown. Nearly Oko's the Heracross. Can Twitco the Reuniclus depending on the set. Can Oko Rotom, and then does a lot of damage. Also DSTROYR's got a he's got a Dragonair and a Serperior, which I didn't mention is 2 Snakes, but I don't really expect them in this matchup. Neither of them that great into my team, but still good mons and loaded, not to be underestimated. And then next we do have our Bronzong here. We are rocking the Colberry with Iron Defense, Body Press, Psychic, Stealth Rock. Again, Iron Defense does really well into his team. Cyclizar, Krook, Tinkertown all don't want to take Body Press, even Rotom Heat, and then we have Psychic for the Quillfish and the Heracross. We also set a bait for Reuniclus, but that doesn't come into play too much. Next off we do have our Incineroar, again another amazing match for Incineroar. We are Intimidate, rocking mainly Spadef. For that Reuniclus we are Flare Blitz, Knockoff, Taunt and Parting Shot. Taunt just stop Reuniclus, Parting Shot to Parting Shot around, then Knockoff plus Flare Blitz does really well. And then last but not least we are rocking Blue Lagoon here, our Florges. We are going to be running Wish Protect, Moonblast and Badumpass, just to really capitalise on the Rotom Heat and the Quillfish coming in here. I could have been Psychic Noise, but I did think that Wish looked really good. So we are going to jump into the battle here, and as you can see, DSTROYR did elect to bring the Rotom Heat, As you can see, DSTROYR did elect to bring the Rotom Heat, the Cyclizar, the Reuniclus, which is Terra Fighting, the Tinkerton, the Heracross, and the Crocodile again. So yeah, looking forward to this matchup. DSTROYR is a very smart, very calculated player, sort of like an old-fashioned style draft league player. He makes calculated moves, doesn't make stupid plays, makes good moves. So yeah, I do expect this to be a good battle. I'm going to lead off with my Incineroar here. It covers a lot of leads. It covers a Tinkerton, it covers a Crocodile, covers a Heracross, covers a Cyclizar, covers a Rotom Heat. So again, just a lot of good options here. And yeah, this is just going to be a really tough matchup, but we are going to try and do our best here and see if we can get the win here. But again, this is probably one of our worst matchups of the whole season, so we're going to see how it goes. We do elect to lead off with our Incineroar here on the Tinkerton. We are just going to click Knock Off, because I do not expect this. If this Tinkerton stays in, it's either going to get Rocks, click Rocks, click T-Wave, or switch out. So I'm going to cut Knock Off because it covers removing this thing's item. But it also does cover going into the Rotom Heat as well, because this is a bit of a pain in the arse. As you can see, that is sort of like standard Fizz Def damage. But thankfully we do have the Parting Shot, so we can just Parting Shot out here. And I did expect the Thunder Wave to come out here, to be honest, so I thought we could just click Parting Shot, because obviously we are going to be slower. So even though Incineroar is going to get paralysed, its speed doesn't matter too much, because we only outspeed Reuniclus on this team anyway. And we still outspeed it even if we are burned, even if we are paralysed. You do see the T-Wave come out here. We are just going to Parting Shot out, and this just gives us a free switch initiative. I think I'm going to go into my Gengar here actually, try and sort of force a bit of offensive momentum, because this team is really just, this team is quite, it's quite a good matchup against mine, so I need to make sure I'm making all the correct reads to be in the starting off the battle and on the front foot. So I want to make sure I can go into my Gengar here, because obviously a lot of my team does not appreciate the Fire plus Electric stab at the moment, but Gengar can take an Overheat at -1, and then we can set up a nasty plot and do a lot of damage to this thing. But I also do expect the Cyclizar to come in. As you see, I'm contemplating going into my Bronzong here, but I do elect just to go into my Gengar, because again, we can just really get off on the right foot here, because there's nothing that really wants to take a nasty plot boosted Hex, especially if it's a Cyclizar, because we can just KO that thing with Focus Blast. As you see, my opponent does elect to go for the Volt Switch, and thankfully we do disable it with Curse Body. Coming in clutch, even it doesn't really matter too much. As you can see, that kind of bounces off us at -1. So he's not got a lot of bulk. So we are going to elect to go for the Focus Blast here, because this Mon is... Cyclizar is a big threat. Obviously it's the Gengar counter. I do expect it to be knock off with AV. So we are just going to go for the knock off, the Focus Blast here. Land it hopefully. Chew our Colbur Berry after this knock off here. We do live, and we thankfully do disable it. So even if we didn't land the first one, we could land another one. And we are just going to kill the Cyclizar, which is a big threat gone. Obviously this is his check to Gengar, so it's kind of done its job weakening me, but I am still able to get a big +2 hit off on something here, because nothing really wants to take this Reuniclus, Rotom, nothing wants to take it. We do see the Tinkerton come in here. Obviously this is his best bet. I was going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, but obviously the rest of my team isn't too worried about Gigaton Hammer, so I did elect just to get off the +2 Hex here, because I'm not going to be able to set this up again with Gengar, because I'm way too low to take a hit from any other Mon on the team, and just get the most damage out of Gengar. Obviously Gengar is a massive threat to this team, so I'm going to just go for the Hex and get the chip that I can. As you do see, that is, even though that is Spadef, that does do about 75% here, and obviously he's going to be able to KO us with the Gigaton Hammer. But yeah, so that is a big threat. I do debate here whether I go into my Incineroar or not. I probably should have gone into my Incineroar and clicked Parting Shot, which I do contemplate, but I think I want to keep up the offensive momentum on this team here, and I want to go into my Tentacruel. But yeah, because I think Incineroar forces the Krook to come in here, which is, again, slight issue for me. But I'm going to go into my Tentacruel here, and I am just going to click Rapid Spin I'm going to click Sword Stance first, then click Rapid Spin, because I do expect him to either click Thunder Wave or switch out, because he's already used Gigaton Hammer, so he can't use it again. But we do see the Thunder Wave here. This mon is so fucking annoying. It's just how fast this mon is. This is what makes it so good. The fast utility of it is again a big pain in the arse for the team here. But we are just going to click Liquidation. +2 Liquidation does a lot to literally everything on the team. But we are going to probably see the knockoff come off here, which we do, and this is going to remove our Sugar Berry, so we could have lived a hit from the Crocodile. Again, a lot of trading in this matchup. I'm not entirely happy with the back and forth, but this was a scary team. So as soon as I take my foot off the brake, he will sweep me. So I would rather be on the offensive here. Again, I think Tentacruel. I think that was the best opportunity for Tentacruel, because again we couldn't really set up on the Rotom. We probably could set up on the Rotom Heat, but yeah, the Uniclus could always come in and revenge us. Say if we killed that, the Uniclus can come in and revenge us anyway, but obviously the Krook is going to just kill us with the EQ here, and our Tentacruel is going to go down here, so it does take out the Tinkaton, which is good. So now obviously this is a big threat coming in here. Crocodile is obviously a massive problem, and as you do see, I am just going to go straight into my Bronzong here, and now I'm going to click Iron Defense. I did debate going for the raw body press here, obviously because Rotom can come in, but I thought a +1 this thing, if it's banded, it's going to switch out, so it gives me the information, but if it's not banded, it's going to stay in. So I do decide to ultimately go for the Iron Defense, because it gives me the information on this mon to find out whether it is banded or whether it is Scarf. Sorry, whether it's banded or whether it's like a mix set with like a Reduction Berry or a just like Expert Belt. So I'm going to go for the Iron Defense here, as we do see him stay in. So he could be Scarf, or he could have just stayed in. So yeah, so that does a lot of damage. Again, the Cold Berry helping us live, but again, this really shows just how powerful this mon is. And a +2 Iron Defense body press is going to kill this mon here. If it goes into Heracross, then he made a great play, or Uniclus, but I do expect him to stay in here, because I think he thinks that he can kill me, and I am going to be able to kill this thing. Now this is a trade I am happy with. Of course, R2-D2's job was to remove this Crocodile from the field. Again, this team just had this Destroyer's team just had a really good matchup against mine. Rotom Heat was something I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting the as you see, we do barely live here, and we do thankfully kill it with Body Press, which is great. But yeah, Rotom Heat wasn't something I was expecting. I was expecting the Quillfish, just again try and sort of prevent my Slithering from setting up with Haze. But we do see it coming in here. We do see it being brought here. But yeah, so we are going to kill that, which is a massive. Krook was the biggest threat to this team, so that's a massive threat gone. So again, we are 3-3. We've killed the Crocodile, the Cyclozar, and the Tinkaton, and he's killed my Tentacruel, Gengar, and he will kill my Bronzong here with any hit. He's probably going to go for the Volt Switch, obviously, because this Rotom Heat is a pain in the arse, and that's the only move we've seen at the minute, so it's leading me to believe that he only has one attacking move. But again, it's just a real back and forth here with this team. We do see the Heracross come in here, which is again a massive threat. So we are just going to go into my Incineroar here. Or do I go? I think I might go into my Florges actually. But I do debate going into Incineroar here, obviously after the we can live in close combat, obviously after the Intimidate, and then we can kill it with Flare Blitz. But I think regardless, I do want to go into my Incineroar here just to get an Intimidate off on this mon, because it's just a lot easier to kill it when it's at minus. It's a lot easier to sort of live hits when it's at -1. And as you'll see here, we are gonna actually burn through our Colberry here. No, Choppleberry, sorry, not Colberry. But he does actually make a really smart play and go for the double there, expecting me to go for Flare Blitz. But we do unfortunately get paralysed here. That's fine. I can just go for the parting shot. Because this mon does not have a way to touch me. Obviously he's already used Thunder Wave, and I don't think he's got Overheat, but he does go for the Pain Split, and this mon is an honest to god pain in my ass. This mon is a real pain in my ass right now. And again, we don't have the best mons to break. Obviously Floor just doesn't really want to break it, neither does Slitherwing at the minute. So yeah, this Toasty Oven is proving to be a bigger threat than I had not previously anticipated, but than I would have liked. I was honestly really expecting the Quillfish because of the coverage of how well it does against my team. But again, this Rotom Heat's proven that it's just going to cause havoc with the Pain Split and Thunder Wave and Volt Switch here. So we do see the Volt Switch again, not wanting to stay in on my Rotom because... Not wanting to stay on my Florges with Rotom because he just can't touch me. But we do see Bubbly here, the Florges. We do see the Reuniclus coming on the Florges here. So we are going to, expecting him to go for the Calm Mind. We are going to click, we are just going to Baton Pass out. Because I am expecting him to start setting up Calm Minds in my face. Because I don't want that, because that's just how this Reuniclus goes. He's either Trick Room or he's Calm Mind. Again, a massive threat in low tier. This mon is, I do debate going into my Mothman here. I might have had probably better luck going into my Mothman now, but yeah, I'm going to go into my Incineroar. This is my check to it. So we are going to see the Calm Mind here. So I'm going to just taunt this thing to try and prevent it from going. Going to taunt it to prevent it from going for all the Calm Minds, because obviously Stall Power is a big threat. And I want to preserve my HP and my Slitherwing for the Heracross, because Florges can take this on once I draw out the Terror with my Incineroar, and which you are going to see here. DSTROYR does go for the second Calm Mind after he clicks, after he becomes a fighting type. We are going to draw out the Terror here, and which is good because then my Florges has a better time of taking it on. It can chew a Storm Power, and we can make it easier to live a hit. So as you do see, Incineroar is going to live a hit here. It will live a +2 hit through the chopper area, thankfully. And we are going to click Flare Blitz here because it gives us some nice chip on this thing. It gives us a bit of information to scout how much damage this will do. I think I might actually click Parting Shot here. No, I do go for the Flare Blitz. I do go for the Flare Blitz just in case he went for the Stored Power. But you see, he does go for the Terror Blast, and that does do quite a fair bit of damage, nearly killing me because unfortunately he does get a crit, which is not great. That is a big pain in the arse. But yeah, so we are going to see that go for the Terror Blast here, and he has actually Key Berry, which again is not great here. But yeah, so this is a bit of a threat here, to be honest with you. After that crit, my Incineroar is not looking very healthy at all. So we are going to click Parting Shot here, and he is going to KO us with the Terror Blast. But thankfully our Florges is able to... Our Florges is going to be able to take this thing on. Now he has revealed to us that he is the Terror Fighting, which is good. It's good for us because we can sort of take this thing on in a little bit of a capacity. And we can also take on the Heracross as well. But yeah, so our Florges is looking decently here. Again, Moonblast should be took care of from this range because of our special attack and obviously super effective. And he is still taunted, so that's good. And as we do see the Store Power, which doesn't do 50% because Florges is just that good. And yeah, we are going to just go for the Moonblast here to pressure him, because if I go for Wish and he goes for Recover, then we are just going to start a war that I don't really want to be involved in, because I will lose to this fucking Reuniclus because he'll just keep clicking Calm Mind. So again, even though Incineroar went down to the crit, we do enable the right amount of turns from this Reuniclus. And as Florges was able to get rid of it nice and swiftly. So now it's just Florges and Slitherwing versus the Heracross and the Rotom Heat here. So again, we are going to see that the Heracross is just going to go for Facade, because it is, again, is just the easiest move to go for against our Florges because of how much we do. But we do actually live after this Protect thanks to our copious amounts of defense. So it's the best neutral coverage to go for Florges and Slitherwing. So we are going to go for the Protect here, and we are going to get this thing a little bit chipped. Actually does matter, because with the special attack we have, we can actually now just OHKO it with Moonblast, and we will barely live the Facade here. So again, I'm just double checking the calc, but yeah, so this is looking good for us. We can remove this threat, and hopefully our Slitherwing can take on the Rotom. As you do see, we barely live on 30 HP. We do get a crit, which I didn't realise until after the match, but of course it is a Heracross, and we are a Florges, so it doesn't really fucking matter, because this mon is just going to drop, because it is just not that healthy, not that good living fairy type attack. So we are going to see the Rotom here. I probably should have protected because I think I lived that Volt Switch, but we are going to see Rotom Heat here. So now I'm thinking that he's probably got Overheat, so I can actually take this thing on. So I'm going to click Terra Ghost and go for the Bulk Up, but because the DSTROYR hasn't revealed Overheat yet, because I think he's probably not wanted to, due to the Incineroar being around and the floor, just knowing I can just sort of will them with my with those two mons. So we are going to go for the Bulk Up here in the Terra Blast. Sorry, we're going to go for the Bulk Up and then go for start going for Terra Blast and try and kill this thing. But we do see that the Rotom does get off a Will-O-Wisp, and that's going to be GG, unfortunately, because we cannot. We're going to do just fuck all to this thing now because we are burned, and this thing is like max physically defensive. So yeah, this is unfortunately the point where we are just going to lose to Bulk Up here. But yeah, so GG to DSTROYR. This matchup was again one of my worst matchups in the entire season. As you can see here, everything he kind of had like fast utility and then also just slow defensive pivots, which was just again really good. We do see the Rotom Heat is going to be able to four-shot us here. Go for Flame Charge and it just does fuck all, to be honest, with the burn. As in Flame Charge does fuck all to the Rotom Heat. Yeah, it's just, again a really good matchup to DSTROYR. Well played. I gambled. I really thought that the Slitherwing would come here. Sorry, I really thought the Quillfish would come for the Slitherwing. Again, gives them a way to hit floor just when because his team struggles to deal with it. So I'm going to Bulk Up, get to +3, and just barely live the Volt Switch. Try and go for the Terra Blast. We've got one hit here, and we just need like a real super mega crit. But as you are going to see, it just does not do anywhere near close to enough damage. So GG to DSTROYR. Well played. That we spoke in call for a while after that, and it was good. It was a good time to speak to him. But yes, I will catch you next week, and we are going to take on Nekurotic. But yeah, this is BulbaStorm signing off. Peace and love as always. Bye.